Doug, what's your response to these comments from the president that if players don't stand for the national anthem, that maybe they should, quote, shouldn't be in the country?
I mean, what more can you say? I mean, anybody who knows the history of our country, knows what our country is founded upon, would find these comments very unpatriotic, very questionable, especially coming from the President of the United States. So it's very disheartening, very disappointed. But at this stage, I can't say that I'm surprised.
Earlier, I know today at a press conference, you called the president an idiot, plain and simple. Is that how you see him? And do you think he just doesn't understand what these protests are about, or do you think he just has another motive?
Honestly, I don't know what it is. I would like to claim ignorance on his behalf, but I think again at this stage, it continues to perpetuate itself in a way that shows a lack of empathy. And when you continuously do that, when you have an opportunity to discuss these very important topics with people who care so desperately about these topics and about the things that are happening in our communities, you can't claim ignorance at that point. So yeah, I do, of course, stand by my statement.
You use the word empathy, and I know that's a word I've seen in print you use a lot. It's a word that's important to me as a reporter. I'm wondering why you believe empathy is so important, especially at this time, and why you believe that there's not enough of it right now.
I mean, you see it play out in the media every day. You see it play out in social media. The conversations that I've had with friends that I grew up with back home, there's just a lack of empathy. And truly what it comes down to is that I'm an African-American male. Anderson Cooper, you have experiences that I haven't experienced as an African-American male. And I have experiences that you haven't experienced. And so for you to tell me, or for anybody to tell you that I know what it's like to be in your shoes, it's just false and it's incorrect. And the truth of the matter is that in order to do that, in order to take a step back and say, you know what, there's some things that I don't know, some things that I could learn from you, that's being empathetic. And I think that in this entire conversation, that's what we've been lacking the most, is the opportunity to be empathetic, to learn from one another and see each other as human beings in this whole topic.
I know you've attended a lot of meetings with NFL owners, with Roger Goodell and others on a number of issues and on social justice issues as well, and issues that you would like to see the league take a role in. Do you see a real disconnect between, as you said, the majority African American players and the team owners or the people who run the league?
It would seem so. Obviously the league wanted this vote to come out in a unanimous fashion, even though that was not the truth. So I do think there's a disconnect. However, I can't go off of what has been said in the media or what has been coming out from the NFL office, because I wasn't in those meetings. And obviously I know that there was a debate, there was a discussion. But again, as a player, just very disappointed with the decision that did come out of the league office.
What do you think players will do now? I mean, players who had been taking a knee or raising a fist during the anthem, will they stay in the locker room? Will they find different ways to protest on the field? What do you think?
That's still yet to be seen or to be discussed, honestly. I think right now all of us are kind of really figuring out how we're dealing with this news. To be honest with you, I can't say that it was easy information to take in. So we're still dealing with that and still discussing how our feelings and emotions fit into the grand scheme of things. And then from there, we'll go out and make a decision on what's going to happen next. I do personally think that the conversation that was being had between the Players Coalition, which is separate from the demonstrations, some of the demonstrations that you saw on Sundays, and the NFL, I thought those conversations were positive and that we were going in the right direction and that we were reaching an amicable relationship and that the demonstrations would subside. And so this policy coming out really kind of inflames the gap that was already there, that was subsiding. So I don't know what's going to happen. I would hope that eventually we would reach some resolution in all of this. But as it stands right now, this policy really inflamed the whole topic. That there's a desire for all of us to live peacefully on this earth as such, as human beings.